let's go back to configure. And I think next we have to pick this, and this, and this, and this, and let's go rotate from maybe what, the quad? Or no, center will work. Center of that. Let's go down that way. And if this doesn't work, I'm going to go figure it out by... So now we come back here, and where's animation? Now we go back to animate. Ow, dang it. But there you can see, here's what I'm looking at. If you look at this object right here, check it out. It's doing it. I just gotta get it spun back. So we're close. We're close. Alright, so I'm gonna hit pause and I'll show you what it's supposed to be. Alright, yeah, it only took me like 27 more times. No, I'm just kidding. I'll show you what it's supposed to be. But let's look at the there's the pendulum part anyway, and even it's messed up a little bit, but let's go ahead and fix that then. Alright, so now when we hit configure back, there's what it had to be. Okay, so in this viewport the top was here, okay, and as a matter of fact, I'm going to move this. I'm going to select all that, and I'm going to move this so that it's centered in the world. Right, like that. And I'm going to actually put that, let's see. Okay, I put that back in this box here, although I didn't need to. I didn't change anything. Okay, so now we have an orient going. And the next thing I want to do, though, is I'm going to take and go back up to the top. And if you click on this image, it will select out here. So that's a handy thing too, just so you know. That's just in passing. But I'm going to go ahead and click on this image. Aha! So this one needs to go to move. I'm going to make sure this is right. Here, I'm going to hit pause. Okay, so what needs to happen is the pivot point, that's my aha moment, the pivot point needs to be back in the center of the object. Okay, and so in order to do that, I'm going to move this out of the way, and we really want it to be centered on the object. So there's a little trick we can do, and that is to go to utilities and go to center and say put a point at the center of the object. Go. And you will then see a point right there. Okay. And then I'm going to bring the pivot point out for the first object, which is this one. And there you can see, let's move it off the edge there. So now we'll go move from point to point. Alright, so then you need to put that back in there. Click, yay. Okay, so we do that for each one of these. We go back here, and there's my point that I did, put point object, put a point object, and we put that pivot point. Here you can see I'll click on this pivot point. Okay, and that one's fine. It's already in there. And I'll click on this pivot point. Ooh, that one's off. Must not have done that one yet. So let's go move from here. Let's move it here first. Move. And there. And then put that back in there. And so now we have this thing oriented the way it should be. It's oriented the way it should be here. now let's look back over here, and we're doing rotate 90, and off the bottom, well, here I can scroll it up. There's 90 on that one, and then we have our group 4, which is group 4, 8, which is a there's no rotate. That's our orient with ease turned on, and ease is why we're doing all this trouble. Okay, so having done all of that, let's call this one, I have this name movie now. I have this called movie, 30 frames, no back and forth, just one direction. Okay, and if we go over to animate and watch not only this part, but also for the rotation, and there you can see the gems are spinning and moving and spinning and moving, and it's also going to have the ease to it as well. So now what I need to do is assign some materials, and because I can't remember if they still are or not, whichever place I was at, and then I'll hit record, and you guys will get the benefit of movie magic, where just like the cooking show, it'll all of a sudden be done. So let's do that. Okay, so here's the frames back once again, and I called it movie, and there you can see the alpha. Now the one thing that I want to say before I forget, let me come back to my movie action here and go back to configure, is the whole idea of this, the whole reason we did a path is because ease is right outside of the frame. Let's go here. So if you look way down at the bottom there, notice that ease is on in that orient line. That's the whole reason why we did this. So, because we had the other animation, it was far easier, and we did learn something in doing this animation, so that's why we do this stuff. But we're going to change the code a little bit and make it so that orientation isn't so tough. So here's the alpha, and I'm going to get rid of all those. Delete. Are you sure? Yeah, I'm sure. Okay, so there's that. And and then back to documents. So, alright, now we come back to, I guess I don't need that, and there's that. And now we come back to the render menu, and right here is Matrix Movie Maker. Now you notice that we only did half the animation. So it goes from the left to the right, but it's supposed to come back from the right to the left, and we did not animate that. Why do it? It's kind of like building the same side of both sides of a symmetrical ring. Why not just build one and mirror it? So we're going to essentially mirror the animation. So here's what we do. I'm going to left click pick files, okay, like you normally would. I'm going to left click that and then go to Matrix 6 and animation, and I'm going to pick the first one here, and it says, hey, this looks like it's a animation, and I say yes it is. Okay, then I'm in my own little world. Yes it is. Hey Kent, you're doing great. Thanks, Kent. So then I come back and lose my train of thought. Then, okay, so we go 1 to 30. Then we click on 30. This is important, and I forget this most of the time, but you pick number 30. Then we go back to pick files, and I right click, okay, and then you pick number 1. Don't pick number 30, pick number 1, and you say open. and it goes, hey, this appears to be the start of an image sequence. Yes, it is. Then it goes backwards. So it goes 1 down to 30, does 30 again, which we'll take care of here in a minute, and then it comes back to here. So left click runs them in order, right click runs them backwards. Okay, so now we don't want it to hesitate at 30 with extra frames. So we select one of the 30s and hit the X. In the same respect, we don't want one here and one here, so we just pick one and nuke it as well. Again, we want 1-to-1 frames, so we say, okay, this is my, I'll do 3. I don't want the file to get too big, although this is a short one. Maybe we'll do better quality. And this is the movie one, so I'll let this work here. Okay, so anyway, that's how you do that animation, and a special shout out to my wingman Chris Hancock for all his help, because I bugged him all day today. Yay!